I'd like to talk with you today about the most powerful word when it comes to conducting the most effective career search possible and finding a job that challenges you and pays you what you're worth. It's an observation that I've made about the difference between my clients that have gotten job offers in a matter of just a few weeks versus those clients that may take many months to find a similar level position. So if you adopt and live by this one word, it can not only change the trajectory of your career, it might even change your life. Hi, I'm Tammy Kabell with Career Resume Consulting, and the word that I want to share with you today is devotion. So you can have these lofty ambitions, but if you don't get traction on your dreams, nothing's going to happen. So we can talk about the research of Angela Duckworth, who actually wrote a book called Grit. You may have even seen her TED Talk. And she studied top performers like top athletes, top students, and so on. She studied the very best of the best, and she found that success is a lot more about relentlessness and what she calls grit versus natural talent. And I love documentaries. I don't know if you love documentaries, but I watched one a few months ago, and it's called The Good Son. And it's about this boxer named Ray Boom Boom Mancini. And when they were interviewing him, he said, "You know, my brother was a lot more physically gifted than I. He had longer arms, he was taller, he was more powerful." But then he said, "I had a lot more hunger." And so this word devotion is so important for you to wrap your brain around and as you're putting together a plan for a successful job search. Because no idea is going to work unless you do the work. Something else to understand too is that it's been my observation that in changing your career, there's a lot of change that happens in all areas of your life. And I've noticed that change is very hard at first, change is very messy in the middle, but I want you to remember that the transformation that you have at the end is so very beautiful. So another idea that I want to offer you as you start your career search for that perfect fitting job, the one that you really deserve, is that in order to get the results that only 5% of the population have, you need to be willing to do what only 5% of the population are willing to do. We talk with a lot of job seekers every week, and I've noticed that there are two distinct types of people that we encounter. Those are victims and leaders. And victims love being busy, and leaders love getting real results. And victims love entertainment, and what I found is leaders love education. Victims love gossiping and complaining, and people like you love rolling up their sleeves and getting important things done. And probably the biggest difference that I've seen is that victims blame their circumstances on external factors or things outside of their control, like their age or the people that they work with. And leaders, like you, understand that even though those factors may exist, they hold the responsibility for their success or failure, that their attitudes and actions are the difference between getting to their goals and not getting there. You know, you can look at the world right now, and when you look at most people in society, they're addicted to distraction. At least that's what I've seen. They're busy being busy. They're watching a lot of videos on YouTube for entertainment. They're surfing the web, for instance. They're spending a lot of time mindlessly doing things that really don't improve their lives, like their intellectual life, their character, their prosperity, their personal life, and their impact on the world. And what I found is that leaders are using the internet, like this YouTube channel, to feed their addiction to learning. So they're learning those things that when they put them into practice, it will really help them achieve their goals. And this whole idea of devotion is this. You can get what you want done, you can reach your goals, but it really is not about dreaming. It's about rolling up your sleeves and doing it. So the tactic that I want you to play with over the next 7 days is this. It's what I call small daily acts of greatness. Think about the acronym SDAG, Small Daily Acts of Greatness. And to put it simply, It's small daily improvements done every day, and with consistency, over time, it creates revolutions of mastery. So if you were making a 1% improvement in the area of your life that you most want to improve right now, for instance, if you're watching this video, it may be in the area of your career. And if you did that 30 days in a row, that would be a 30% improvement in that key area. So the race is on. Think of this idea of devotion. I'll leave you with a story that one of my mentors told me once. It's a story about another athlete, Kobe Bryant. I'm not a big basketball fan, but he's one of the legends of the NBA. And a lot of people think he was a great natural talent on the basketball court. So there was one trainer who shared a story about Kobe. One time he got a text from Kobe. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So he met Kobe in the gym, and they trained for several hours. And they did running, and they shot hoops, and the trainer said that they did all these calisthenics, and they did all of these exercises for hours and hours. And then the trainer took off, and he went home, and he went to sleep, and then he hung out with his family for a little bit. And then later that morning, he showed up for practice with the rest of the Lakers. And then there was Kobe. And the coach walked over to him and said, "Wow, you did a fantastic job in the middle of the night. That was amazing that you want to train that hard and be that devoted at that time of the day. And so I'm just curious, what did you do after you went home?" And Kobe said, he was still covered in sweat. He looked at the trainer and he said, "What do you mean, what did I do afterwards? I stayed here in the gym." So my point is, and this is with great love and respect, that genius and overall success in your career or in your life is not about your genetics. Genius is about your habits, your devotion, your relentlessness, that grit, your commitment to follow through with your dreams or ambition. You can get it done, and I want you to get it done. So your homework today is this. I want you to go into the comments section below, and I want you to think about your dominant commitment for the next week. And I want you to write down that dominant commitment or what you want to be devoted to for the next 7 days. And I want you to share it publicly in the comments section below. Because when you put a voice to your obsession and your ambition or your biggest dream, you feel just a little bit more accountable. And that's a great way to get traction so that you get it done. So what are you going to commit to that you want to get further into your goal of getting a better job? And I look forward to reading about your commitments, and I look forward to hearing about your success after, of course, you've gotten your goal through that commitment and through your devotion to getting where you deserve to be in your life. All right? Well, that's it for me today. If you found this video helpful, then I would love for you to hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be the first to see my new content when I put it out there. So until I see you again, this has been Tammy Kabell with Career Resume Consulting, and I want you to make it a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.